Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Earrings Off. We want to invite you to subscribe, rate, and leave us a review. You can find us on Facebook at Earrings Off Podcast and on Instagram at The Earrings Off Podcast.
Welcome to Earrings Off. I'm Lou.
And I'm Teresa.
Well, hello.
Hello.
Well, Teresa, our theme focuses on meditation. That's our focus, and we've challenged ourselves to stay true to that focus. And in keeping with that promise, today we're going to talk about meditation.
I'm all in.
You're all in? Okay.
I'm all in.
All right.
All in.
So, we've done a previous episode actually talking about meditation with someone who was a big proponent of meditation. And you and I both meditate. But I tell you, at first, when I started hearing about meditation and how beneficial, it's just so challenging to even start a practice.
Yeah. It really shouldn't be. I think we're harder on ourselves than we should be when it comes to that. But it's the whole thing about getting a clear head and focus and getting upset with ourselves when we have the thoughts of what's for dinner coming into our mind, things of that nature.
But I think what's intimidating about it, or what makes it seem hard, is that it's something that we perceive in our minds should be an easy thing to do, to sit and be quiet,
Mm-hmm.
So when you actually do it and find that, okay, that's not like I thought it was going to be, then you sort of get turned off from the practice because it's like, I'm not going to be able to do this right.
Mm-hmm.
I think some of that goes into it,
Yeah,
But
I agree.
So we're going to talk a little bit today about meditation. So we want to offer some tips. And the first tip is to set the stage for meditation. You want to create a serene environment, somewhere quiet, comfortable, free from distractions. And it helps if you will try to figure out the time of day that works for you to meditate. And because if you figure out a time that works for you, then hopefully you can carve out that amount of time. For me, I have 2 big green pillows that used to belong to a sofa in a house that we owned many years ago. But the cushions are huge from that sofa. And now that I think about it, they're so huge, I can't believe there was a sofa with sofa cushions that big. But anyway, and I kept those. And for me, they work perfectly. I typically meditate in a spare bedroom, and I keep those big cushions on the floor, and that's my space to meditate. It's quiet. It's beside a huge window, and I just go in and plop down and try to get comfortable in my space.
Yeah, much can be said about position and posture, right? So the thing you said that I want to focus on just first about that is you got to be comfortable because, surely when we think of meditation, the first thing that pops in my mind is someone sitting on a floor with their eyes closed, with their legs crisscross applesauce, like when we were kids.
Yeah.
And, doing their thing. But, if you have hip issues or
Oh,
knee
yeah.
problems, you
Yeah.
just want to be comfortable.
Well, that's true.
So you can literally sit in a chair to do it.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with that. If that's the easiest position for you, if you're having
Right.
back problems, you don't want to force, like I said, back, hip, or knee problems, you don't want to force yourself to sit crisscross applesauce because that's just going to exacerbate those issues. And that's what you will likely focus on during your meditation practice. You're not going to be focusing on stillness and the quiet of it all. You're going to be focused on the fact that how much longer do I have to sit here because this hurts?
That's right.
So find a comfortable position, whether it's in a chair, whether it's on big cushions on your floor, if you need a blanket to cover yourself, even if you want to lay down, or if you want to use the wall as a prop for your back, you know, use
That's,
whatever. Don't
yeah.
let that be your focus or the deterrent from you getting started, is what I'll say
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah. And Teresa, that's so important because sometimes when we maybe watch a video or YouTube or get information on something, we think we got to do it just that way. But you know, that's just information for you to learn about the practice, but it doesn't mean that you have to do exactly what you see before you. And so we have to be open to that. So that posture, you're right, very important. Also, breathing. You want to do deep breathings. Deep breathing, oh my goodness, it is so good for you. And Teresa, I think that's another thing where we think, well, that's no big deal. I can do deep breathing, but you really have to be intentional about your breathing. You have to get quiet and you take in deep breaths, and your belly should be rising and falling. And you can even, when you're taking those deep breaths, you can do that to a count if you want to, if that helps you. But deep intentional breathing, it calms the mind and it helps to anchor you in your meditation. So introducing or utilizing deep breathing through your meditation, that is all a part of the process to keep you focused, present, and to help you concentrate. And it is so good for you because meditation, when you learn how to control your breath, and how to do deep breathing, you can take that out of your meditation room and take that it with you throughout the day when things happen that maybe challenge you, or if you're moving quickly through your day and you know that your pace for whatever reason isn't sustainable or is not good for you at that particular moment. Take a minute. Take some deep breaths and try to calm yourself and try to get your body to relax a bit more. And deep breathing, it is so essential to that. So learn to just sit quietly, or even if you're not sitting, whatever posture you're in, wherever you are, you can utilize the gift of deep breathing to help you stay calm, stay focused, and stay present.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Um, there are two types of meditation that we often speak about, guided meditation and silent meditation. For me,
Hmm.
I I'm digging guided meditation right now.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I
Hmm.
really, I really, I really enjoy it. Especially there's a gentleman at my job that does guided meditation
Oh, yeah, you
three
told
times
me
a
about
week.
him. Yeah.
And it's something about his voice. I mean, the moment, um, the moment he starts, I mean, it's something about it. And it could just be that it's a practice, right? It is something that I do often. And I've gotten
Mm-hmm.
used to it. And I expect that for those, it's a short guided meditation. It's only 15 minutes. But I expect for those 15 minutes that I'm going to be still and quiet and just follow along with whatever the suggestions that he's planting for us that day. So, of course, guided is exactly what we're saying. There's someone, it's an exercise or it's a practice led by another person. We listen to that individual, you listen to that individual's voice while meditating. They might use a script that might be based on some traditional technique or guided imagery, which is what the gentleman uses that provides the guided meditation for us. And it's often recommended for beginners. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
so
Yeah.
it helps to maintain focus and it prevents the mind from wandering. Although my mind still does wander at times, but it wanders far less when I'm listening to a guided meditation than when I'm attempting to meditate
Mm-hmm.
on using the other method of silent meditation on my own.
Mm-hmm.
With silent meditation, you just reflect on the movement, like you said, of your breath,
Mm-hmm.
or you repeat a mantra.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You don't listen to music or you don't have anyone guiding you through it. Um, it is considered one of the more challenging techniques, and it requires a higher level of focus and self-discipline. But both guided meditation and silent meditation have their benefits.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and they're worth giving them a try. Some benefits of guided meditation, of course, it reduces stress, it increases your self-awareness, it calms negative emotions, it
Mm-hmm.
widens your imagination, it strengthens your patience, right? We
Mm-hmm.
heard that one in the interview that we did recently, right?
Yeah.
Like
Right. Right.
learning
Right.
how to it helps you to not respond, but not react, but to
Right.
respond, right?
Right.
It can improve your mental health and boost your satisfaction in your relationships and enhance your relationships, and then it encourages
Mm-hmm.
creativity. For silent meditation, similar benefits, but some differences, right?
Mm-hmm.
Reduces anxiety and manages stress, reduces the intensity and symptoms of depression, increases the level of empathy, helps improve concentration, attention, and focus, helps people to sleep better.
Mm-hmm.
It
Mm-hmm.
helps in managing all kinds of mood disorders, and it
Mm-hmm.
fosters a sense of inner peace and allows us to become aware of our thoughts and our emotions. Like I
Right.
said, both of the forms have their unique benefits and can be chosen on and based on your individual preference
Mm-hmm.
and
Wow.
comfort.
Wow.
What you're comfortable with. It's important to note that the benefits of both guided and silent meditation, they're enhanced with regular, consistent practice.
That's good stuff. And I have to add that don't feel like because you're committed to one type of meditation that you're not open to others because at different points in your lives it may change because I have to tell you my preference has always been silent meditation. And that was very, very challenging and sometimes can still be challenging for me, but I like the quiet. And so that has always been my preference. However, when the pandemic hit, and my mind was racing just as much of the world's minds were racing with so much coming at us, the uncertainty, the deaths. That just was not working for me. I could not quiet that monkey brain. I just couldn't get it to quiet down. So during the pandemic, I used YouTube. There was a lady who did guided meditation. And when I tell you it was for me during the pandemic, it was just what the doctor ordered
Mm-hmm.
because her guided meditation allowed me to better focus and to calm down because my brain was racing and I could not achieve what I needed to, the quiet, the calmness with the silent meditation. But through her guided meditations, sessions on YouTube, that helped me to find my inner peace, to get calm. So you have to be open to different points in your lives. You may need something at one point and it changes. So just be open to various types of practices that may benefit you depending on what you have going on at any given time in your life. Because I certainly found that with the various types for different seasons of my life. But also just being aware that the goal is to cultivate mindfulness, to be present. That's what this is all about because so many times during the day, we are multitasking, and in this country, we applaud being multitaskers. We put that on a pedestal like that's everything to be able to accomplish so many different things at the same time. But there is also some negatives with that because you can get overwhelmed. You can think you're performing well and not actually be performing to the best of your ability. So meditation forces us, or the goal is for us to be mindful, to be present, to not think about everything else that's going on, but to just focus on where you are at that moment, your breath, being calm, not judging yourself, not thinking about what you should have done or how you did something incorrectly or regrets. It's not about that. Stay present. You're breathing, you're focusing on your breath and that moment. And you're also observing, the sounds that you hear within yourself, your breath going in and out, and just how you're feeling internally. And believe me, when you meditate, you will be almost shocked at what your body is telling you, how it's feeling internally. So the practice is just for you to be mindful and to embrace being present at that moment, to just be where you are without judgment, without thinking about where you wish you were, what you're going to do when this is over. No, stay right where you are. And what you're doing at that moment is just soaking in the quiet and the calm and letting that quiet and calmness reveal to you what you need at that particular moment for your journey in life.
Okay, now, Lou, you trying to put our listeners to into relaxation. You went into your calming,
I know it
meditative
happens.
voice.
Yeah. I tell you,
I'm sitting
Teresa,
over here like getting all relaxed, and we got this podcast to finish, child. What are you doing?
But Teresa, it's so true. It's so helpful. I mean, it is so good for us. It is.
It is.
And it's not only good for us, but it's so good for us to teach our children, for us to teach, younger folks that this is a part of, your health journey, of you taking care of yourself.
It should be a part.
Yeah.
All right. So let's get back focused. Dealing with distractions. The thing that I want to say about distractions is that it's absolutely normal
Mm-hmm.
And we said it earlier, don't let it frustrate you to the point that you decide that meditation is not for you. It is a
Yeah.
part. Know that it is normal to experience distractions during meditation, especially in the beginning. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I want to just give a couple of strategies, right? Um, Focus your attention on a specific object or sensation. If your mind begins to wander, identify the source of the distraction and then return your attention to that focal point. Like you, I found a lady on YouTube, and one of the things that she does with in her guided meditation is she has a lit candle that is in
Mm-hmm.
her view, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's what she focuses on, and that's what I do. Now,
Okay.
the lit, not every time, but I do use a lit candle.
Mm-hmm.
The lit candle should, and for me, the lit candle should not have a scent.
Okay.
I feel, because I have done it both ways.
Okay. What,
For
you get
me, this
distracted by the smell?
that's right.
Okay.
That's right. And if the candle is burning and you don't smell, and it might cause you to sneeze, which is done for me, or something, it adds an extra distraction. So for
Mm-hmm.
me, that works.
Mm-hmm.
That's just one way. And like I said, welcome the distractions. Instead of viewing distractions as obstacles, consider them as opportunities for practice. Each time you notice a thought, and each
Okay.
time you notice a thought and bring your clear awareness back to your meditation, you are strengthening your mindfulness skills. Think about that.
Wow.
You know what? That's exactly right, right?
Yeah.
So treat them as educational experiences. Simply bring your attention back to whatever you're meditating on and continue with your meditation. Manage your urgent thoughts. If you need to deal with something particularly urgent or important, do it before you start meditating, and be patient. Patience is the key when dealing with distractions during meditation. We've talked about that earlier. And then practice compassion. We're talking about for yourself, right?
Right. Right.
It's
Right.
important to have compassion for yourself when your mind wanders. Instead of getting frustrated, gently guide your focus back to your meditation. And also extend this compassion to others by holding a positive and understanding space for them and your thoughts. The presence of distraction does not mean your meditation is unsuccessful. On the contrary, every moment of distraction is an opportunity for paying attention and mindfulness.
Mm. Yeah. That is that's good stuff there because that's the challenge. And you just have to stay in it and don't beat yourself up over it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, agree.
And just stay consistent and persistent in your practice, even when you feel like, okay, I'm not really getting any benefit from this. Or I'm always distracted and this is hard for me, or no, just commit to it. Commit to it and be persistent. I will never forget years ago when I started meditating and doing yoga, the one of the teachers said, you're not gonna get benefits if you aren't consistent. And that's just the way it is with meditation. You have to establish a routine. Like Teresa, like you said, whatever posture is most comfortable for you, however that looks, make that part of your routine and just come up with a way that you can integrate meditation into your daily life, even if it's only for a few minutes. I marvel at people who say they can meditate for an hour or more. That's not my story yet, but it doesn't have to be. You start with what works for you, even if it's just a few minutes. What I do, what works for me, I do set a timer on my meditation because I find if I don't set a timer, the way I work is I'm constantly thinking, okay, how long is it? How long have I been in here? That's just the way my mind works, even with me trying to calm it and not do that. But I set a timer, then I'm all in. I'm not concerned with it. And so my challenge may not be Teresa's challenge or your challenge, and your challenge may not be my challenge, but find out what you can do to develop a routine that works for you so that you stay motivated, you stay consistent, and you persist even through obstacles or when it may not look like you thought it would look. Disregard all of that. Anything negative that's not helpful to you on your journey. Just do the best you can do. Be consistent. Show up for yourself. And don't let yourself off the hook in terms of, okay, I'm going to do 5 minutes today. And once you commit and stay consistent, you will start seeing the benefits of your practice.
You said it, Lou. Figure out a way to integrate it into your
Yeah.
daily life.
Yeah.
So we all know what we have that traditional vision in our head of what meditation looks like.
Yeah.
But I just want to offer some other methods that, aren't so traditional looking, like walking. Walking
Mm.
meditation is
Oh,
just
yeah.
going for a walk and
Yeah.
being just in the environment and just fully present in your surroundings, like noticing the sound of the birds or the bees or
Hmm.
just whatever environment that you're walking in, just being
Yeah.
so mindful of what's around you. Even waking up, a mindful wake up, start your day with a purpose.
Hmm.
You can set that intention for your day first thing in the morning. This can help align your conscious thinking with
Right.
your primal emotional drive, right? Something that I was going to say earlier when I was speaking about silent versus guided, you can use an app,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
There are
That's a
many apps. We
resource.
we did
Yeah.
talk about YouTube, but there are some apps out there. Many
Yeah.
of them have paid versions, but they also have free versions. I
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
two that I use. I use Headspace and
Yeah.
Calm, and I
Yeah.
I don't and there are free guided
Right.
meditations that they both offer
Right.
that I use. So you can, and of course you can pay for them if you want to. But just want you to know that it can be as simple uh, as walking. That was my main point that I wanted to
Hmm.
make.
Right.
But
Yeah.
you just have to be mindful, and you just have to get started, right?
Right.
The
Right.
goal is not to achieve perfection, but to build a habit.
Yeah.
Over time, you'll start noticing the benefits of the daily meditation, the way that Lou mentioned.
Right. Well, and Teresa, what it makes me think about is, that book you recommended, How Not to Die by
Mhm.
Dr. McGregor. And in the book, he talks about, I remember there are several chapters where he talks about, of course, um, the benefits of various vegetables and like the benefits of beets or whatever on a specific chronic condition. And throughout the book, he talks about how you won't hear about these benefits because big pharma, doesn't put money behind these studies because, of course, they have all of this money behind studies which promote or encourage you to take medication. Okay. And so that's the way sort of I think about meditation. People don't embrace it because it sounds simple and it's natural, but it is such a powerful, powerful practice. And we have to explore how beneficial it is to us because it may not be something that's pushed a lot depending on your circles, but it's very real. The effects of it are very real and very healing for your body. So we have to understand that many times what's natural or that's within our control to do is not something that's readily pushed out there. Meditation now, of course, we hear more and more about it. But what my point is that don't just, poo-poo it away like that's nothing because you're sitting quietly or you're being quiet and you're breathing in and you're breathing out. Believe me, it is a powerful tool for your body and part of your health journey. So, in terms of resources, Teresa mentioned that there are a lot of available apps out there which are wonderful to use, such as Calm or Headspace. Go on YouTube. As I mentioned, I use YouTube during the pandemic, and it saved me in terms of just meditation, not only that, but doing some stretches to keep my body mobile because I wasn't going through to the gym and all of that. So explore what may be available on YouTube, Headspace, Calm, and any number. UCLA has a website on meditation that may be beneficial. So just explore the various resources that are out there. And there are all kinds of communities support that may be available for meditation. Explore what may be in your area. There are books that you can explore through your library, online. So again, just be intentional about your focus and what you want to see happen as a result of your practice.
This has been a wonderful session, Lou. And I just want to thank the listeners for, if you've made it to this point in the podcast, thank you so much for listening. And I pray that you do take steps toward cultivating a more mindful and balanced life through meditation. I just want to leave you guys, I just want to wrap it up a little bit and encourage you to take this journey. Starting a meditation practice is really a wonderful journey of self-discovery and inner peace. Patience is the key. Remember, meditation is not about immediate results. It's a journey. It's not a destination. Be patient with yourself.
Yeah.
Consistency matters. We've talked about it. Regular practice, even a few minutes a day, can make a significant difference over time. Consistency is more important actually than the duration. All right?
Yeah.
Embrace the silence. In our busy lives, silence is a rare commodity. Embrace the quiet moments that meditation brings us. Self-compassion. Be kind to yourself. If you miss a day or find your mind wandering, it's okay. Acknowledge it and gently bring yourself back to focus.
Yeah.
And Lou said it earlier, every breath counts. Each breath you take is a step towards mindfulness and presence. Cherish it. It's a personal journey. Your meditation journey is uniquely yours. Don't compare yourself with others and their progress. Remember, the goal of meditation isn't to control your thoughts, it's to stop them from controlling you. Good luck on your journey to inner peace and mindfulness. And thank you so much for listening.
Take good care.